My name is Carol Boss. This is Freeform, and there's a concert happening both tonight and tomorrow evening featuring Scott Mulvahill, and I hadn't heard too much of his music until I went online, and both of them, by the way, are being presented by AMP Concerts. And tonight's concert I will give more details in a little bit, it is at the Cooperage, and tomorrow night in Santa Fe at Gig. And it's really wonderful that they're sharing an artist, and people from both towns are going to get to hear Scott. Anyway, I checked him out online, and I was listening to so many songs. Scott, you're just amazing. He's brought in his bass, so this is the second bass we have this afternoon. I had a jazz bassist on.
I saw him walking out of the building.
Saying, what is this? Who's this bass? And hardly ever do we have a bass in here, upright
you get
bass.
2 for 1.
And it's really cool, 2 in 1 afternoon. And he played for so many years with Ricky Skaggs' band.
Mm-hmm.
That was really a big break for you, wasn't it?
It really was.
Do I have the right mic up here? Here we go. Go ahead.
How's that? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
that's much better.
Yeah, it was absolutely life-changing, actually, because I had moved to Nashville, Tennessee, where I still live, and you know, I was playing gigs here and there with different bands, or doing some touring with some great artists, but nothing super consistent. And to get to you know, have a job in music, but also a job that with somebody who is so has so much history in American music, and he's one of the torchbearers of bluegrass music. I get to learn so much from him over the 5 years I was in his band.
When did those 5 years come to an end?
Actually at the end of 2017. So it was like 2012 to 2017 I was with him.
I don't turn on the TV that much, but I don't know if it was a month or two ago I turned on, there's this big Ricky Skaggs thing. It looked like there were 10 million people in the audience going wild.
You know what? I bet that was the CMA Awards. He had a performance as on the CMAs, and they really paid a tribute to his whole career and his whole...
Yeah, that might have been it, but it was really quite phenomenal.
No, I think it must have been, and what I loved about that was he was playing different formats, because his roots are in bluegrass, and he also had a tremendous country career, and so he was running between stages. They had a couple different stages, so he'd play a bluegrass tune, then he'd run to the other stage and play a country song with this other band. And so, like, watching him, I love him so much. It looked like he was like a cartoon character running between the different stages. It was awesome.
You started as a guitar player, is that right?
Well, bass guitar.
Bass guitar.
Yeah.
So what drew you to the upright?
It was some combination of just kind of getting. It was like kind of a natural progression, because I was getting more and more into the bass guitar and my heroes on that instrument, and I had a great teacher in the Houston area where I grew up, and he just encouraged me, saying basically, if you want to go study this in school or have a career in this, you should learn the upright too, because it's a skill set you're going to need, and that's, I didn't know how much I would really love it and find my voice on the upright. It was kind of started as like, you know, okay, I should probably try that as well, but then it's really become what I do most.
Yeah, to go from a high-energy band like Ricky Skaggs, and to, maybe it wasn't direct, but to come to the bass and your voice. It's not that you don't sing with other people, because I saw some wonderful twosomes online.
Yeah.
I saw some really great videos, but it seems to me to be a really intimate relationship.
Well, that's the core of my music, is that relationship between me and the bass, and I treat it, even though obviously I'm doing it all, it's like I treat it like 2 voices, or even 3 to 4 voices, because what I do on the instrument is generally includes like a bass line and some kind of counterpoint line, and so there might be 2 musical voices on the bass, and then sometimes I'll add in a percussive element, and so it really is this conversation between what I'm doing on the instrument and my voice. And I think especially on the solo songs, I try to give the illusion of a full ensemble with just myself. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, it's really wonderful. Why don't you play a song for us so people
Yeah,
can see what
yeah,
we're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about here?
This is the first song on my album. This is called Begin Againers.
Oh yeah, let's just say that you're on tour right now for your brand new album.
Yes.
Himalaya.
Himalayas is the album. Yeah.
Himalayas.
And we can play that song later in the show, I guess. But this is actually the tune that opens up the record, and I always love playing this one, Begin Againers.